This is the Ears Up English podcast. English that grows with you. Welcome to Ears Up English, where your listening becomes stronger and your speaking becomes smoother. If English still feels scary or stressful for you, don't worry. We're here to help you enjoy English without fear. Strong ears, strong English. Now, let's begin today's episode.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Robert. Thanks for tuning in to Ears Up English today.
Hey, Robert. How are you today? You mentioned the other day that prices are going up. Have you felt it recently?
Oh, absolutely. I went out for lunch with a friend, just a main dish and a drink. When the check came, I looked at it and thought, wow, that's more than I expected.
I know that feeling. I went to see a movie and then had dinner afterward. When I added the movie tickets and the meal together, I thought, that was a pretty expensive day out. Dates and meals with friends are fun, but they can be pretty tough on your wallet.
Yeah, and every time you go out, one question always shows up in the background. Okay, so who is paying for this?
Exactly. It can feel a little awkward, but you can't really avoid it. So today's topic is right there in the middle of that question. Who usually pays on a date? Dating and bill splitting in Japan and around the world. We are going to talk about dates, about going out with friends, and about how different cultures think about sharing the bill.
And today's phrase is, it's on me. You can use this when you want to pay for someone. It means, I'll pay. This one is my treat. You can say it to a friend, a partner, or a family member. It is a short phrase, but very powerful.
Later in the episode, in today's dialogue, Ben and Kaori will use "it's on me" and talk about how to split the bill after a date. Money can be a stressful topic, but when you know some simple English phrases, it gets a little easier to talk about it.
All right, let's jump into today's topic.
Let's start with the situation in Japan. In Japan, if you compare paying on a date with paying with friends, the air feels very different, even though it is all just money.
Right. If we look at dates first, a very common idea is still, on the first date, the man usually pays. Sometimes he pays the full amount. Sometimes he pays more than half.
Fewer people think the man must always pay everything, but many people still feel, at least on the first date, it would be nice if the man leads and pays more. So that image is still quite strong.
If you listen to men's honest feelings, you often hear things like, to be honest, paying the full amount every time is really hard. Prices are going up, and if I have several dates, my wallet suffers a lot. They want to treat the other person because they like them, but they also have to think about their real financial situation. So there is a lot of pressure.
Women have their own mixed feelings too. I feel sorry if he pays every time. I want to pay my part, but I do not have the courage to say, let's split it. Some women also worry that if they say, let's split it, the guy might think, maybe she is not really interested in me. So in Japan, the question of who pays on a date is not only about money. It is also about how do I look and how much does this person like me? So that makes the whole thing heavy and emotional.
But what about paying with friends? In Japan, with friends, splitting the bill feels much more relaxed, right?
Yeah, when friends of the same age go out for drinks or dinner, most of the time they just say, let's split it. One person is around 3,000 yen. Sometimes one person pays the full bill and the others send the money later from their phones. The main idea is, let's be fair so nobody loses too much money.
Cashless payments are more common now, so you often hear things like, I'll pay the full bill now. Could you send me your share later? So people use a mix of splitting at the table and sending money afterward. It's pretty smooth.
So in Japan, you could say, With friends, splitting the bill feels easy and safe. But on a date with someone you like, splitting the bill suddenly feels heavy and complicated. That gap is a big part of the Japanese situation.
Now, let's look at the United States. Some listeners might have heard that in the US, people often just pay for what they ordered. That image is actually pretty close to the truth, especially with friends.
Yeah, when friends go to a restaurant in the US, the server often asks, is the check all together or separate? If the group says, separate please, the server will split the check and give each person their own bill, usually based on what they ordered, plus tax and tip.
So with friends, it feels very natural to pay for your own food and drink. If everyone ordered similar things, they might just split it evenly, but paying for your own order is really common.
Credit cards and payment apps are a big part of this. Most people have credit or debit cards, and if they need to adjust later, they can just use an app to send money to each other. So, I'll pay only for what I ate, or I'll send you money later is nothing special. It's just daily life.
So how does it work on dates? That part is more complex. Even among younger people, there is still a strong pattern. On the first date, the man often pays. Especially if he feels that he invited the other person, many men want to pay.
At the same time, splitting the bill or paying your own part is becoming more common, right?
Exactly. You can hear conversations like, today's on me, it's on me. Next time you can get the coffee. Or, do you want to split it? People talk about it quite directly. In American culture, money is not such a taboo in conversation. So it's easier to ask, what do you want to do about the bill?
And this is where today's phrase appears a lot. It's on me. You can say this when you want to treat someone.
Right. If you went to lunch with a friend and they listened to your problems for an hour, you might say, thanks for listening today. It's on me. It's a small sentence, but it carries a warm feeling.
On a date, you might use it on a special day, on a birthday, or when your partner has been very busy and stressed. Tonight it's on me. That shows I want to take care of you tonight. Let me treat you.
The key point is that this phrase is not a magic rule for I must always pay. It's a choice you make on certain days when you honestly want to pay. And when the other person says, it's on me, it's good to answer with something like, are you sure? And then if they insist, thank you. That's really kind of you.
It's also useful to know how to say no politely. For example, if the same person always says it's on me and you start to feel uncomfortable, you could say, I really appreciate it, but let's split it today. You say thank you first, and then you share your idea. That way, you protect the balance in the relationship.
And together with it's on me, it's very helpful to remember phrases like, do you want to split it? And we can split the bill if you like. If you know how to offer to treat and how to offer to split, money conversations become a lot easier.
All right, so now let's listen to today's dialogue. In this dialogue, Ben and Kaori have just watched a movie and had dinner together. They're at the register talking about how to pay the bill. Listen for how Ben uses it's on me and how the two of them talk about splitting and taking turns.
That was a fun night. The movie and dinner were great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for today.
So, the total is about 12,000 yen. Today is on me. It's on me. I'll get this one.
Really? Are you sure? I'm fine with splitting. If you always pay, I feel a little weird.
I appreciate that. But today, I want to treat you. And I don't want this to mean that I will always pay for everything. How about this? Tonight, it's on me, and next time, it's on you.
That feels fair. I like that balance.
With my friends in the States, we often do something similar. Sometimes everyone pays for their own food. Sometimes one person says, it's on me, and the next time someone else says it.
That's interesting. With friends, splitting is normal, but on dates, it feels heavier.
Yeah. And I don't want paying or not paying to become a test of do you like me or not? I'd rather talk about it and find a balance that feels fair.
I get it. It is not only about splitting or not splitting. What really matters is whether we can talk about it. So tonight I'll happily accept it's on you, and next time I'll say it's on me.
Perfect. Tonight it's on me. Next time it's on you. I'm already looking forward to your it's on me.
So, how was that dialogue? You could really hear how money and feelings were mixed together in a natural way.
Yeah, the first thing I want to highlight is that Ben clearly said, today is on me. It's on me. He did not mumble or wait for Kaori to guess. He was direct and kind. And after that, he explained his reasons. Today I want to treat you. But I do not want this to mean that I will always pay for everything. He put his feelings into words. That made the situation much easier.
Kaori did not just say, okay, thanks, right away. She also shared her honest feelings. I'm fine with splitting. If you always pay, I feel a little weird. That honesty helped them find a style that worked for both of them.
As a result, they found a plan. Tonight, Ben says it's on me. Next time, Kaori says it's on me. So instead of fighting about who pays, they work together to find a fair pattern for the future.
I also like that Ben talked about how things work with his friends in the States. Sometimes everyone pays for their own food. Sometimes one person says, it's on me. And the next time, someone else says it. So he brought in the friends pattern and showed how it can also work in a romantic relationship.
And Kaori said something very Japanese. With friends, splitting is normal, but on dates, it feels heavier. That is really true for many people. The same money feels different depending on who is sitting across the table.
Her last line was powerful too. It is not only about splitting or not splitting. What really matters is whether we can talk about it. That is almost the main message of this whole episode.
All right, let's listen to the dialogue one more time.
That was a fun night. The movie and dinner were great.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Thanks for today.
So the total is about 12,000 yen. Today is on me. It's on me. I'll get this one.
Really? Are you sure? I'm fine with splitting. If you always pay, I feel a little weird.
I appreciate that. But today, I want to treat you. And I don't want this to mean that I will always pay for everything. How about this? Tonight, it's on me, and next time, it's on you.
That feels fair. I like that balance.
With my friends in the States, we often do something similar. Sometimes everyone pays for their own food. Sometimes one person says, it's on me, and the next time someone else says it.
That's interesting. With friends, splitting is normal, but on dates, it feels heavier.
Yeah. And I don't want paying or not paying to become a test of do you like me or not? I'd rather talk about it and find a balance that feels fair.
I get it. It is not only about splitting or not splitting. What really matters is whether we can talk about it. So tonight I'll happily accept it's on you, and next time I'll say it's on me.
Perfect. Tonight it's on me. Next time it's on you. I'm already looking forward to your it's on me.
This time, pay special attention to the rhythm around it's on me and how they move from I'll pay to let's take turns. Imagine how you might say similar lines in your own life.
Today, we talked about who usually pays on a date and how different cultures think about the bill. We saw that in Japan, there is still a strong image of the man pays, especially on the first date, while with friends, splitting is very common.
We also looked at the US, where friends often pay separately or split the check, and dates can be a mix of it's on me and do you want to split it? Then we talked about Korea, the Nordic countries, Latin America, and parts of the Middle East, and we saw many different patterns. Some places still expect men to pay most of the time. Some places see splitting as completely normal. Some places focus strongly on equality and fairness.
So there is no single correct answer for who should pay. What really matters is not one rule about money, but how the two people talk and decide together.
And that brings us back to today's phrase. It's on me. It's a simple sentence, but it can carry a lot of kindness.
Sometimes you say it because you want to take care of someone. Sometimes you accept it and say thank you, then plan to treat them next time. A healthy relationship has both. Days when you say it's on me, and days when you hear it and receive it with gratitude.
So maybe after this episode, you can imagine yourself at a restaurant or cafe, standing at the register and saying, with a smile, it's on me. Or you can imagine answering someone's it's on me with, thank you. That's really kind of you.
Little by little, you can become more comfortable with money conversations, in English and in your own language.
All right, everyone. That's today's episode of Ears Up English. Strong ears, strong English. Keep training your ears every day.
Try the phrase from today's episode and see how it changes your conversations. We'd love to hear how it works for you. And if you enjoy our podcast, we'd really appreciate it if you hit the like button. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you never miss a new episode. Join us again next time for more friendly, everyday English. Take care and keep your ears up. Bye!